Now that's a rule I can live by.
Knowledge is power, and no one drops knowledge better than the voice of Ataxia, your #1 source for resistant cell updates from around the world. Live from the hidden bunker far below a patch of unremarkable desert. He may look AI, but he's your host, Max Musterman.
Greetings, Philistines. You are being lied to. Pride Month is upon us once more, and no doubt the faux outrage over major retailers selling rainbow-colored product boileth over, if I dare venture into the rotting bowels of social media and other legacy outlets. It happens every year, and I see no reason why it won't for the foreseeable future. Make no mistake, you Philistines, the outrage is not organic. Corporations are not now, nor have they ever been, woke, politically correct, or whatever other bullshit term is currently in vogue with grievance culture personalities. You are being lied to. Corporations don't give a fuck about supporting any cause, any movement, or anything else that you have feelings about. When a company displays support for Pride Month, Independence Day, the troops, or anything else consumers have an opinion or investment in, they are concerned with one thing and one thing only: profit. Every action taken, product sold, ad released, is planned months or years in advance. It is meticulously researched, market tested, and analyzed for the most favorable cost-benefit ratio that will generate the largest profits. Every celebrity, prolific influencer, and talking head that puts their impotent rage out into the world has been accounted for, factored into the equation, and deemed an acceptable risk, if not beneficial to the company's bottom line. Profits matter. Anyone telling you anything else is ignorant or lying to you. Once more, Philistines, once you pull back the curtain, you'll find you are being lied to. The lies don't stop there, dear listeners. The celebrities, influencers, and talking heads aren't ignorant in the slightest. They are complicit. They know what lies will enrage their audience, which fibs will draw backlash from their opposition. They know the buttons to press to drive viewers into a frenzy. They don't push these narratives to show you the cracks in our society. They have no lofty goal to hold corporations accountable to some alleged higher moral authority. They too care about money above all else. Most of them are little more than public faces of a corporation that depends on engagement to generate profits. Organic engagement is difficult to create. Unless, of course, you tap into the single most effective human emotion guaranteed to jumpstart engagement: hate and rage. People who are pissed about something are the ones most likely to talk about it, comment on it, share it with their friends. Rage drives engagement, and engagement means higher profits. The madder you are, the better. The rage you feel when they tell you a company supports pedophiles by putting a gay character in a cartoon has nothing to do with morality. Everything boils down to putting money in their pockets and keeping you too angry to notice the obvious lies they broadcast to your brain. You are being lied to, Philistines. This Pride Month, if you find yourself consuming media that gets your blood boiling, take a deep breath and ask yourself, who profits from my anger over this information? Look at the actions people are taking and ask if those actions accomplish anything of value to changing something you don't like. More likely than not, you are viewing performative rage-bait content meant to create a spectacle, not achieve any meaningful change in the world. A carefully constructed pageant perpetrated to put money in someone else's pockets while you're too distracted to notice they're stealing that money from yours. No one who pushes hate on you has your best interests in mind, Philistines. You are being lied to. With that said, it's time to move on to our next segment before the NSA traces my broadcast signal back to your mom's house. She's a good lady. You should call her more often. Maybe take her out to a nice meal. Make sure she knows you love her just as much, or more, than she loves the things I did during... I've said too much. Moving on.
What time is it?
It's time for
News from the underground.
Today in the news, we have an urgent missive from the deliverers of Immoral Colonius Karma Cell operating in #0818 Capital Region. It seems the cell's official scribe misplaced a notebook containing information which can potentially identify cell members to the authorities. In addition, the only draft copy of the cell manifesto, a ledger of deeds, and her grandmother's secret family recipe for 10-time chili cook-off winning Reaper's Breath chili. If you're in the area and you have information regarding who may have a 5-subject notebook covered in Christopher Walken stickers containing barely legible notes in an unusual cipher, please reach out to our producers via email or our website at your earliest convenience. While the deliverers of Immoral Colonius Karma Cell is not currently offering a monetary reward for the notebook's safe return, the official scribe is more than willing to share the family's secret Reaper's Breath chili recipe with whoever brings the notebook back into the fold. While it may not sound like much of a reward, I've had occasion to sample the Reaper's Breath chili, and armed with that recipe, anyone with an ounce of cooking skill can easily dominate the pro chili cook-off circuit. For those of you who don't know, the pro circuit is serious business, and a world championship win who will easily net you over $300,000 in prize money in a single pro circuit season. If, however, you're thinking the authorities might offer a larger, easier-to-collect reward for turning the notebook over to them, I'll remind you the government cannot be trusted, and they're just as, if not more, likely to ship you off to a black site for having seditious materials in your possession. I suggest you think long and hard about the possibility you'll end up with a car battery hooked up to your nipples if you choose to turn your back on the cause. An award-winning chili recipe doesn't sound too bad compared to the highly fashionable jumper cable nipple clamps on further consideration, now does it, Philistines? In other news, the Department of Implicit Chaos has received several reports of a real firebrand dropping hot oration on open mic crowds in the American Southwest over the last 2 months. Details about this colorful character are vague at time of broadcast, but rest assured we have top men tracking the trajectory of this promising revolutionary. If the tall tales are true, leadership qualities like this only come along once or twice in a generation. I can't wait to see our lord and tyrant, the would-be king, lose his shit once this firebrand hits the national stage. Imagine his tiny little fists clenched so tight with impotent rage. Fillet of fish quaking so violently he can't guide it into his slobbering maw without smearing tartar sauce and grease all over his comically orange-tinted skin. The legendary spiral into madness as he's outwitted at every turn will be the stuff of epic sagas that rival those of the ancient masters. Get your popcorn ready, Philistines. Your grandchildren will hang on every word every time you tell them where you were when our lord and tyrant, the would-be king, conceded defeat for the first time in his pathetic, miserable, delusional life. That concludes your news for Wednesday, June 10th, 2026, and now we'll take a short break before our next segment while I order pizza from every pizza joint in driving distance delivered to the FBI surveillance van parked 2 streets over like they slick. Hope you like meat lovers with extra sausage boys because I foresee about 300 pies in your future. I hope you have enough cash left over from your late-night romp at the strip club to give the drivers tips as generously as you gave Cashmere and Velvet Lux in the champagne room last night.
And now our mandatory uninterrupted block of patriotic, government-approved music.
a holiday and get some time away from the brain. Wasn't it 1984? Your apathy's opened up the door. Now the brother, he's spying on you, monitoring through your Apple II. Your mandatory soma injections. Hope you don't mind when we rig the elections. Freedom of speech for those approved. Best shut up before you're removed. What the 1984? Your apathy's opened up the door. Now Big Brother is spying on you, monitoring through your Apple II. What if I told you the police are on a killing spree? You say it means nothing to me. What if I told you our democracy is now an oligarchy? You say it means nothing to me. I say, who are the brain police?
Ladies and gentlemen, our Lord and Savior, President Ronald Reagan. Good evening, my children. Remember, the Gipper's got his eye on you.
What does your SATs say about you? Oh, I see now you're a Delta you think this is your community, but it's us who owns and controls the property. Thank you for attending. We hear your frustration. Us concludes beating up the business association. Construction cranes that blood of the sky, gentrify the downtown east side, wrecking balls to still want more, send in the pigs and kick out the poor. Kick out the poor. The landlord's here and he wants your check. 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 Everybody needs a home. Why must the land be owned? Notice of eviction. Notice of eviction. Notice of eviction.
Hey, do you know about the USA? Do you know about the government? Can you tell me about the Constitution?
Freedom isn't free. No, there's a hefty fucking fee. And if you don't throw in your $1.05, who will? Freedom costs $1.05.
We've dedicated a portion of the last few broadcasts to the oft-overlooked obligations that come along with the freedoms U.S. citizens love so damn much. We've covered the need to educate yourselves on the Constitution and civics in general to prepare yourself for active participation in the government and your community. Discussed how to use your political voice for things like boycotts and protest. Explain differing roles you can take in the electoral process itself. This episode, we'll cover the last of the 3 commonly used categories of civic engagement: active community participation. It may seem counterintuitive, but being an active member of your community is the most effective means of civic engagement. Given the state of the laughable U.S. education system, you'd be forgiven for thinking the U.S. president is the most important driver of change in the country. If you took my advice and educated yourself, however, you should know that the president has virtually no power when it comes to making or changing laws. They may have the power to veto legislation that comes across their desk, but the veto can be overridden by Congress with enough votes, and the office has no constitutional power to write or alter any legislation beyond that. In truth, the president's job, traditionally, is to do what Congress tells them to do. Consider this your reminder that the president works for the people. They don't mandate the people's actions. With that nugget of knowledge lodged into your brain, please keep in mind that Congress works for us too. At least they're supposed to, if so many citizens weren't happy to vote for people who look down at them with disdain and believe themselves better than the lowly, greasy masses they aim to bilk out of the freedoms they claim to protect. No, change, real change, comes not from the highest offices in government, but from the citizens the politicians deem inferiors. How then do we encourage change when grifters and charlatans create a chasm that divides everyone into meaningless arbitrary tribes based on whatever silly little designations you let them impose upon you? The first step is acknowledging you have a problem. Anyone who's gone through rehab or AA has heard this one before, but there's a reason why this is step 1 in so many programs. Without identifying the problem, you cannot hope to change anything. Not yourself, not your community, and especially not the world. Right now, you're racking your brain trying to figure out what the fuck I'm talking about. If you're particularly self-aware, you might even see a problem or two in yourself I might be talking about. Save those for later. Share them with a close friend or perhaps a therapist. The problem, insidious and widespread the world over, is you, I, and damn near everyone else in this world has grown up with a million devilish voices whispering lies in our ears. The biggest, most vile of those lies are the ones telling us we are better than others for whatever bullshit reason puffs up our fragile egos. I'll give you a moment to formulate your arguments, justifications, and all the other nonsense rattling around in your dome in opposition to my claim. It's okay, I understand. People told me I was special, gifted, and various other superlatives throughout my adolescence, just like many of you Philistines. Some or all of the things you were told during your life may even be true. Being gifted or special or well endowed or whatever applies to your personal situation does not, however, mean you are better than anyone else. A good friend of mine wisely says we all put our pants on the same way as everyone else. I'm going to cut you off right now before you start tossing around clever little arguments about paraplegics and some other cases that, by strictest definition, proves me wrong. Get those out of your system. Stop buying into the notion you've outsmarted me and are thus better than me, and really, truly think about how you've fallen into the trap society set for you ages before any of us were born. Got that ingrained oppositional gag reflex out of your system? Can we move on? Good. None of us are better than each other. Accept that, and you are ready for the work that follows. Change requires active participation in your community. Active participation in your community requires we eschew the delusion that we are better than others, embrace our neighbors as equals, and work for the benefit of everyone. Everyone in our community, no matter their political affiliation, gender, sexual orientation, ethnicity, race, or any of the other tags we attribute to each other to classify and separate everyone into different boxes, deserves a better life in a world where the self-righteous delusions of superiority over others have withered and died in the light of reality. Failure to accept even a single person is not but a slippery slope to excluding more people until we are cloistered away, isolated, alone, watching the world burn around us. None of us are better than anyone else. We all put our pants on the same way, and so too death takes us all in the end. Now that the philosophical element is addressed, let's move on to the more practical, actionable ways to participate in your community. Every community has its problems. In all likelihood, those problems transcend political leanings and as such apply to everyone in the community. By dividing ourselves by politics, we rob ourselves of the power inherent to a collective laser focused on fixing what needs fixing. There will be disagreements about how to solve the problems. Those disagreements may have a political bent to them. This is where that belief that you're better than others tends to hang people up. Settling on an actionable solution to a problem requires civil discourse stripped bare of ego and delusion. If you can negotiate in good faith as a whole, you can achieve damn near anything. Every community has groups, charities, organizations, or secret societies you too can get involved with to get the ball rolling. As an active member of one or more groups working locally, you can achieve goals that most politicians would consider beneath them. Fundraisers, community outreach, volunteering to help the needy, every community has need for these things, and by doing your part, you affect people's lives. Changing people's lives changes minds. Changing minds changes a community. Changed communities accomplish more collectively than any politician in human history has accomplished in their lifetime. True change on this level, however, is contingent on each of us working together as equals free of delusion and ego. That, Philistines, is the final, most effective category of civic engagement. Only by working together for everyone's benefit does anyone truly benefit. It's easy to look down on others when you've been told the others are stealing from you. It feels good when you can blame your misfortune on others, but if you stop and really think about it, those others can't possibly be responsible for your misfortune. How can an ethnic minority, especially one that can't legally vote, be responsible for laws and government policies holding you back? No part of that makes sense to anyone who takes even half a second to really think about the facts. You are being lied to, Philistines. Never forget it. Should you find yourself in community devoid of any such groups, our next episode will cover how to find like-minded individuals, start your own group, and get things going within your community. Until then, it's time we take a moment to honor those who gave their lives for the cause.
We go into battle to reclaim our lives. This we do gladly. As of this moment, we are dead.
In death, a member of Project Mayhem has a name.
For real though, this right here goes out to all our fallen homies.
For our homies. Remember, victory is life. Victory is life.
This is some pretty surreal shit.
But what is best in life?
To cock your enemies, to see them emasculated before you, and give satisfaction to their women.
Here at the Department of Implicit Chaos, we like to end the work week by offering up clues and taking guesses who each of us selected as the biggest piece of sentient excrement for the week. This episode's fascist cuck of the week proudly declare he's gotten bored with negotiating to end the completely unnecessary dick-measuring contest he kicked off in the Middle East. He continues to brag about acing an extremely basic cognitive test without the self-awareness to ask why they keep making him retake a test designed to detect mental impairment rather than something that measures intelligence. If you have a guess who this episode's fascist cuck of the week is, drop it in the comments below and discuss with the other Philistines. That's our show for June 10th, 2026. If you have news or other need to contact the show, you can leave a recorded message on our website at voiceofataxia.com or email max@voiceofataxia.com. For all our sleeper agents out there, tonight is the night some of you don't know you've been waiting for. Boron, ingot, toxic, callow, happenstance, astute, saliva, sanctimonious, palliative, oblong, tangent, union, scam. Until next time, this has been Voice of Ataxia, I have been Max Musterman, and remember, Big Brother is always watching, so give him a show he'll never forget.